Out of order, pertly announced a placard on the elevator. To Miss Darcy Cole, wavering on damp, ill-conditioned, and reluctant legs, this seemed the final malignancy of the mean-spirited fates. 4 beetling flights to climb. Was it worth the effort? Was anything worth the effort of that heartbreaking ascent? For that matter, was anything worth anything anyway? Into such depths of despond had the spirit of Miss Cole lapsed. At the top of the frowning heights, the studio apartment of Miss Gloria Greene would open to her. There would be tea, fresh brewed and invigorating. There would be a broad and restful couch full of fluffy pillows, comforting to tired limbs. There would be Gloria Greene herself, big and beautiful and radiant, representing everything which poor little Darcy Cole was not, but most wished to be, and therefore a sure source of wise counsel, or, at worst, of kindly solace for a case which might be too hopeless for counsel. As alternative, a return to the windswept, rain-chilled New York side street. No, the thing had to be done. Darcy nerved her soggy muscles to the ordeal. On the second landing, she paused to divide a few moments between hard breathing and hating the imitation leather roll beneath her arm, including the wallpaper design within, just rejected by B. Regal and Sons. The whole affair might have weighed 2 pounds. To its ill-conditioned bearer, it felt like 200. She set a hand to her panting chest, and a thorn promptly impaled her thumb. Tearing off the offending rose, Darcy flung it over the banister rail. It was a flabby, second-hand wraith of a rose anyhow, having been passed down to the wearer by her flatmate, Maud Raines, who in turn had it, along with 11 others, from her fiancé. Darcy stuck out a vindictive tongue at the discarded flower. Nobody ever sent her roses. Dully musing upon the injustices of existence, she clambered up the 3rd flight and leaned against the wall to rally her spent energies, with her hands thrust deep into the sagging pockets of her coat. Something light and scratchy rubbed against her bare forefinger, which was protruding from a hole in her glove. Being exhumed, it revealed itself as one of those tiny paper frills wherein high-priced candy is chastely attired. The departed bonbon had come from a box sent by Paul Wood, the architect, to Darcy's other flatmate, Helen Barrett, to whom he had just become engaged. Darcy let the inoffensive ornament flutter from her fingers to the floor and crushed it flat with a vengeful foot. Nobody ever sent her candy in frilly collars. Nobody ever sent her anything. Oozing wretchedness and self-pity, she took the final flight in a rush, burst in upon the labors of Miss Gloria Greene, planted herself in the middle of the floor, dropped her work roll and kicked it as far as she could, and lifted up the voice of lamentation in the accepted phrase, duly made and provided for such of feminine sex and tender years as find the weary pattern of the world too tangled for their solving. "Oh, I wish I were dead," mourned Miss Cole with violence. Gloria Greene dropped the tight sheets which she had been studying and rose from her chair. She looked down at the lumpy, lax figure of helpless, petulant rebellion before her. "Oh, you do you?" she remarked pensively. "Yes, I do." "So do most people at one time or another," was Miss Greene's philosophical commentary upon this. "Not you," declared Darcy, glancing up at the vivid face above her resentfully. "I'll bet you've never known what it is to feel that way in your life." "Oh, I'm too busy for such nonsense," returned Gloria in her serene and caressing voice. Indeed, it would be difficult for anyone favored with Miss Gloria Greene's acquaintance to imagine her wishing to depart a life for the enjoyment of which she has vastly added to thousands of people. For under a slightly different name, Miss Greene is known to and admired by most of the theater-going populace of the United States. From the top of her ruddy and perilously poised head to the tip of her perfectly shod shoes, she justifies and fulfills in every line and motion the happy thought which inspired the Dean of American Playwrights to nickname her Gloria. Deeper than her beauty and abounding vitality, there lies a more profound quality, the rare gift of giving graciously and naturally. It is Gloria Greene's unconscious and intuitive mission in life to lend color and light and cheer to colorless, dim, and forlorn folk wherever she encounters them. That is why Darcy Cole was, at the moment, dribbling tears and aspirations for an immediate demise all over Gloria's rare Anatolian rug. Not that Darcy really desired to die. She merely wished Gloria Greene to make life more practicable for her. "That's imagination, you know," continued the actress. "It isn't," sniveled Darcy. "Then it's indigestion. Have a pill." "I won't," declined the girl rudely. "You're making fun of me. They all make fun of me. I do wish I was dead." "Do you indeed?" Setting two slim but powerful hands upon the girl's shoulders, Gloria Greene proceeded methodically to shake her. She shook her until her hat, oh, but it was a bad and shabby hat, came off and rolled upon the floor. She shook her until her hairpins fell like hail, and her brown-black hair struggled out of its arrangement. Oh, but it was a poor and tasteless arrangement, and tumbled about her face. And oh, but it was a sallow and torpid face. She further shook her until her eyes bulged out, and a faint flame shone on her cheeks, and her buttons began to pop, and her breath rattled on her teeth, and she could barely gasp out, "Stop! You're shaking me to pieces!" "Why not?" inquired Miss Greene, blandly, and shook harder than before. Don't, wailed the victim. "Wait a minute." The shaker desisted, still maintaining her grip. "What's the matter?" she inquired. "You're killing me." "Then you don't want to die after all?" inquired the other. "Not that way," gasped the girl. "It's my regular treatment for dead wishes." "It's brutal," whimpered Darcy. "Everything's brutal. The world's brutal. I hate it. I wish Gloria, don't begin again." "What do you wish?" demanded the administrator of discipline implacably. "I wish I'd never come here at all." "That's different," commented Miss Greene, "though it probably isn't true either. Now sit down. Tell me all about it. I've got a few minutes to spare." "It's very long," began Darcy dolefully. "You're trying to dodge. Begin at once, or must I apply my treatment again?" "Ow! No, don't!" implored the girl. "I'll tell, but I don't know where to begin." "Begin in the middle," suggested Gloria helpfully. "Then you can work both ways." "I will. Well, then, you see, Maud's gone and got engaged." "To whom?" "Holcomb Lee, the illustrator." "Why should that make you want to die? Are you in love with Mr. Lee?" "I? In love with Holcomb?" Darcy's bitter grin dismissed that supposition. "I'm not in love with anybody. It isn't that." "Then what is it?" asked the patient Gloria. "It's the whole thing. Helen Barrett is going to marry Paul Wood. If any woman know any just reason why these twain should not be joined together in holy matrimony, let her now speak or forever after hold her peace," solemnly misquoted Gloria. But Maud and Helen and I," pursued the girl, evincing symptoms of a melancholic relapse, "we're going to be the three honest working girls and keep up our 56th Street Bachelor Girl Hall for life. And now look at the darn thing." "What did you expect?" argued Gloria. "Maud is pretty and energetic, and Helen is one of those soft, fluffy creatures that some man always wants to take care of. Bachelor girl agreements are only made to keep until the right man comes along anyway." "But where do I come in?" demanded Darcy, opening wide her discontented-looking eyes. "Oh, you'll be getting engaged yourself one of these days." once in her tactful life, Gloria Green had made a stupid remark. "Don't you patronize me. I just won't stand it. I get enough of that at home with those two fiancés." Gloria turned a face of twinkling astonishment upon her visitor. "Why, Amanda Darcy Cole, what would the generations of your Puritan forebears—" "Don't you call me Amanda either. It's an old maid name. I hate it, even if it does fit." "It is rather a handicap," admitted her hostess. "But Darcy's pretty enough anyway." "It's the only pretty thing about me. Oh, Gloria," burst out the girl in a sudden flood tide of self-revelation. "If you knew how I long to be pretty. Not beautiful, like you. I wouldn't ask as much as that, but just pretty enough to be noticed once in a while." "Why, Darcy, dear. No, let me talk." Darcy proceeded in little jerky gasps of eagerness. "Pretty and well-dressed and up-to-date and smart and everything. I'd sell my soul to the devil if he'd buy such a weakly, puny, piffling little soul, just really to live and be something besides."